The problem with most of us that are born again is we are quick to breathe into nothing. We don't have a structure, a body, the framework that holds the inspiration. The body had to be created and the body was in place, and then God breathed. The spirit was introduced into an already built structure. There must be something physical, tangible that can be explained. Give me the body. You come for prayer, you want me to breathe over that. Bring the dead body, at least a dead body.
Welcome to Faith Surge channel. Kindly like, share, and subscribe. Shalom.
There it is.
You see it? Let's read it together. I want to
Luke
go.
2:52. And Jesus increased in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and man.
Jesus increased. Before he extended or he increased his kingdom, the Christian community, he had his own personal development. I thought wisdom in him was enough the day he was born. I even thought, according to scripture, because the scripture says that Christ has become the wisdom of God. I thought Christ was wisdom. So how do you talk of increase? It's self-development. Jesus worked on himself. He increased two things. He increased the stature, the frame, so that he would have enough capacity to hold the increase of wisdom. You want me to explain? It's time up. It's time up. It's time up. Look at God. Look at God. If you were to copy what he did, the way he did it, our success rate is very, very high. Our chances of failure are low. If you were to copy the master builder, how he did it. Remember, this earth was constructed. This is another man's project, which is proving to be very successful. The sun is coming out at the same time ever since. The direction of the wind, the flow of rivers. There is a system behind all that. The waves that you see in the ocean, how air circulates around us, coming back. There is a system behind all that. You see, when he created the man out of the dust of the ground, what he created was a form, a body, a structure. Then he breathed. Inspiration had to be given a stature, a structure for your business. The problem with most of us that are born again is we are quick to breathe into nothing. We don't have a structure, a body, the framework that holds the inspiration. The body had to be created and the body was in place, and then God breathed. The spirit was introduced into an already built structure. There must be something physical, tangible that can be explained. Give me your executive summary. Describe your business. Convince me that you can make money selling cars. Give me the body. You come for prayer, you want me to breathe over that. Bring the dead body, at least a dead body. Create a dead one, dead body. Can you?
No, I'm not trying to make it difficult for you to resurrect the dead. No, make something that is dead already.
Create a car that can move, but that is not moving. And then you bring it to me for fuel. Make it in a way that if I put fuel, it will start. It's putting physical things in place that makes it impossible for that business not to rise. Connecting everything to its friend, because that's marriage taking place. I should be asking you, have you looked at this? Have you looked at that? Have you looked at that? Have you looked at that? And every angle that I point, because you have studied all the wisdom of Egypt, you need 20 minutes to explain to me what you have observed. Why have you not considered that? Why choose this place as your permanent place of residence? Not you personally, I'm talking of the idea. You are a Zimbabwean, yes, but who told you that your idea is Zimbabwean? Today, there are guys that have made millions of money singing nothing. But they chose the best venue for that. Nothing. You will be forced to make sense out of what they are saying. Otherwise,
There's no way that it can be sensible with this much money behind it. But there's nothing behind it.
Nothing. No message. 0, 0, 0. And looking at some of those guys, you can actually attest. Some of you can actually confirm
That if he's done it here, they were not going anywhere. They were not going anywhere.
I guarantee you that. Michael Jackson in Zimbabwe.
Michael Jackson would have moonwalked through Zimbabwe until his soles were flat.
Your idea as a venue. The cross was the idea, but earth was the venue. You don't die in heaven. He came down here. That was the plan of salvation. It has to happen here, at the right place. So I think probably my dream was wrong.
End up thinking
the idea was wrong, but yet it's you. I gave an example of Jephthah. He faced resistance among his own brothers until he went to a different location and they made him a captain, an army captain. Against resistance, against rejection.
And rejection.
My
relatives, they don't care about me. What does it matter even if they love you?
How versus the population.
How many are there? My relatives don't love me, that's why I'm not rising.
So your mindset, Paku developer, growing in wisdom and in stature. You're working on yourself, self-development. How much do you have at that point? Nothing. Because all of it is being spent on self, stature, increase. I need to enlarge my capacity because the wisdom in me is about to grow. Jesus increased. If Jesus needed to increase in wisdom and in stature, hear me, there is room for growth. No matter it's something that was given to you by God in form of a seed, you have to cultivate it, develop it, increase in that. Stature. You must learn to increase in terms of your stability. Before you can put your load into any truck, you must verify its carrying capacity. It's a what-ton truck. If they catch you carrying more than the recommended tonnage, there is VID involved. I'm telling you, they will arrest you, they will impound your vehicle, yet they found it traveling, not dead. They actually stop it along the way. It's actually moving. But it's a form of abuse to the structure. It's beyond its capacity. And arresting that you and your vehicle is actually giving peace to the vehicle. You must have actually bought a vehicle that is consistent with the luggage that you want to carry, the cargo that you want to transport. Capacity. You must have a physical structure. Everything that you can, if God is going to bless you, what comes first is room for growth. Work on the structure before the blessing will start to manifest, before he breathes on you. You must have a form, the capacity to carry the inspiration. Are you big enough? Are you big enough to have a transaction, a payment delay? You will have certain people that you deal with. I saw somebody, we were in a certain place. He was always looking at his phone and turning it upside down. And after a while, he picks his phone and he turns it upside down. And after a while, he picks his phone. I realized that the phone was ringing. I said, what's happening? He said, hi, it's this guy. It's this guy. I'll never deal with this guy again. I said, what is happening? He simply asked this guy to do a payment on his behalf. I think it's to do with this Forex something. Just transact for me, then I'll give you the money. He would not allow him to breathe. And he said to me, the surprising thing is that I've been dealing with him for years now. I've never stolen money from him. If I tell him, do it for me in the next 1 hour, I'll give you the money. In 30 minutes, he's already calling. Over years, you've never stolen from him, years. And this is how he treats you. Is he the only guy in that sector? Why keep dealing with such an individual? Now he cannot even concentrate on something else simply because of how much? $7. If you have never done him wrong, if you have never tried to trick him before, why should he be giving you that kind of a treatment? It means that guy has gotten into a business, he doesn't have the stature for it. He doesn't have the stature for it. You will stay in a property, some of you, and you will have the landlord coming and asking you after 3 months of not paying. Then you start receiving a letter. We have not been receiving money from you. What's happening? 3 months. They are quiet. What helps them maintain that silence and distance? Structure. They have other sources. Not when that's the only source. You are reminded before the deadline. Remember. Remember mwezi wakudi
Remember that the month is coming to an end.
That person has no stature. He must be the one staying in that property himself. Is that your area? You want to move into property development? Are you fully developed for that?